Oh my goodness. Is it time to start playing music? Good morning. Yes, cold morning it is indeed. How you doing, Carol? I am having trouble getting myself motivated today. So, hey, this works out great. I get to, at least I get some practicing in. Yeah, it is so cold. I did go for a run, which it was a short run, but it was a nice run. It was nice to get out and be out in the great outdoors and breathing in some cold air. So last week, about I think Tuesday or Wednesday last week, I started getting that feeling you get, in your throat, and you're like, it doesn't feel good. And then Kenzie comes, calls, sees it, comes in home sick. And I'm like, okay, maybe I got same thing as Kenzie. Didn't occur to me, of course, that I thought usually when I get sick, I blame it on my kids. but this time I was like, well, maybe so it's probably them. But then I was talking to Gwen later, and she mentions, who got it first or whatnot. And that's when struck me that I went to Multiverse last weekend. So I was like, well, maybe it was Multiverse. Good. Thank you for letting me know you can't hear me. Let's crank this up. How's that? Is that a little bit better? I am talking a little bit quieter because my voice is not in the best of situations, but I will move a little closer to the microphone. Is that better? Let me know what you think. So, in any case, that's when it struck me that Multiverse might have been the culprit for why I was getting sick. And then this respiratory virus hit both Kenzie and me, and it kind of knocked me on my butt a little bit. So I've been struggling, and it was yesterday. So 2 days ago, I was coughing just constantly. It was terrible, and Gwen gets this Mucinex medicine, and supposed to subside the cough, and it did a good job. Problem was, about 30 minutes after I took it, I had this pain right here, and it was like it was just horrible. It felt like it was a little swollen, and I was like, went to bed, and I was like, God, I can't sleep. It's painful to sleep, and so I finally fall asleep, and that's when it and then I took a little bit of a Benadryl to help me crash, and wake up the next morning, and it's still there, and then I'm like, maybe I should look up the side effects. And lo and behold, swelling is a side effect of the medicine. So it might have been that, maybe not. Maybe I did pull something or whatever. Whatever. It's starting to mostly feels better, but yesterday was still pretty bad. But I didn't cough at all yesterday, and then this morning the pain starts subsiding, and I'm coughing again. So. All right, I'm going to start with, since I finally put Stormtroopers Wasting Time over on Patreon. I think I'm going to start with that. Wampa tips upon a rock. Go pull a blasters, give it a shot. A few shots and everyone a miss. Why am I in the service? Stormtroopers wasting time. We're gossiping cause we're not feeling fine. We miss no matter the shooter. If anyone needs a drink, why it's a stormtrooper. I'll get there. Moff Gideon arrived disjointed. Killed a battalion to make a point he did. Flamethrowers make me happy, but not the force fireball coming right back at me. The stormtroopers wasting time. We're gossiping cause we're not feeling fine. We miss no matter the shooter. If anyone needs a drink, why it's a stormtrooper. Only one Mando is standing guard. heard 6 stormtroopers just fell like cards. The troopers were armed outside the cavern door, and explosions and shrapnel and so much gore. The stormtroopers wasting time. We're gossiping cause we're not feeling fine. We miss no matter the shooter. If anyone needs a drink, why it's a stormtrooper. That trooper must have been in shock. A droid opened up the airlock. Oh look, the blaster shot just hit his calf. The laser fence cut him in half. The stormtroopers wasting time. We're gossiping cause we're not feeling fine. We miss no matter the shooter. If anyone needs a drink, why it's a stormtrooper. So I have a couple of verses that I'm going to throw in here because I had written them. I decided to scrap them for the final version, but you can hear them here. Told a murder droid to better back away. I raised my blaster before he could say. He's a nurse droid here to protect. Shot my partner down before I could object. Stormtroopers wasting time. We're gossiping, not feeling fine. We miss no matter the shooter. If anyone needs a drink, why it's a stormtrooper. Now that was I see why I cut that verse. This one I kind of liked a little bit. Did you hear about LS-678? He lost an arm guarding the city gate. What about TK-789? I don't know. I didn't know clones cannibalize their own kind. Stormtroopers wasting time. We're gossiping because we're not feeling fine. We miss no matter the shooter. If anyone needs a drink, why it's a stormtrooper. I asked you what's in the bag. You just let your finger wag. Please, please let me have a peek. Dang thing bit me. I let out and shriek. Stormtrooper wasting time. We're gossiping cause we're not feeling fine. We miss no matter the shooter. If anyone needs a drink, why it's a stormtrooper. I wish I was a better shot. Guess I'm a bad batch that can't be taught. We sit around shooting all day. Got nothing better to do or say. Stormtroopers wasting time. We're gossiping cause we're not feeling fine. We miss no matter the shooter. If anyone needs a drink, why it's a stormtrooper. If anyone needs a drink, why it's a stormtrooper. If anyone needs a drink, why it's a stormtrooper. I'm not sure if the pun comes out in that, which is one reason I think I cut it. But did you hear? What about TK-789? 789. I didn't know clones cannibalize their own kind. That cracks me up. Okay. Yeah. I'm in fine shape today. But I got this. All right. Was it something I said that made you angry with me? Made you dig a deep river to keep you from me? Oh, the water is rushing, come to sweep me away. Unless I die of sorrow, I will cross it today. I would build a bridge 100 meters long, see the other side of what I did wrong. Yes, they don't hate me, but I guess that I'm scared. With the river between us, we no longer care. I would build a boat, paddle against all sorrow, and if I sail down the river, I'll be back again tomorrow. I would face cold death, run and leap to your side, and if I fall in the river, I'll be warmed by your sight. I would build a bridge 100 meters long, see the other side. What I did wrong, yes, they don't hate me, but I guess that I'm scared that with the river between us, I no longer care. I would beg your forgiveness for the pain that I fed, and I will find the source to the river you bled. Then I'll close the gates to the dam I built there, and never again will you have anything to fear. I would build a bridge 100 meters long, see the other side of what I did wrong. Yes, they don't hate me, but I guess that I am scared that with the river between us, I no longer care. Well, I never knew that your tears ran so deep. When I dam those tears, I will kiss your sweet cheek and I'll hold you close till the tears finally cease, and I'll sing you a lullaby and bring you peace. I would build a bridge 100 meters long, see the other side. What I did wrong, yes, they don't hate me, but I guess that I'm scared that with the river between us, I no longer care. I would build a bridge 100 meters long, see the other side. What I did wrong, yes, they don't hate me. I guess that I'm scared that with the river between us, you no longer care. With the bridge between us, I know that you'll care. Thank you so much, Lisa. I do love that song. I wrote it back in, I think, 2000 or something like that. This is like one of these songs that had that. So I have said that I wrote it as an apology, and I don't think I actually. I'm trying to remember if I actually did, because I know it was written. It's themed as an apology, but I don't think I was actually in a fight or anything when I'd written this. But I was imagining that idea when I was originally writing the song. And I remember I was in Austin, driving on, I can't even remember the name of the street. Lamar? Is that Lamar? I think so. There's a park down there, and I remember turning a corner, and all of a sudden, I've had this melody, that rhythm and that melody, sort of like that, sort of stuck in my head for months, and it was just sitting there. And then all of a sudden, I was like, I think I got the lyrics, and I started singing. And I think I don't remember if I pulled over or what, but I know I pretty much started writing the lyrics immediately after that, and I loved the song, and it's been a favorite. Hopefully, you saw the video I did with Andrew over on YouTube when my voice is in better condition than it is now. But yeah, fortunately, sometimes some things I'm able to pull off a little bit better, and that certainly worked out well. But I love love the song. Of course, it was the main track, my favorite track from my first album too. Which I should do a podcast on that, because it was a really interesting experience recording that album. I wanted to record an album, a solo album, and one that was highlighting the auto harp and highlighting my voice, and had a little bit of comedy, a little bit of balladry, which is, the soul of a harper was a very apropos. I got the album reviewed once, and I called Soul of a Harper, and obviously I'm playing an auto harp, not a harp. And the reviewer made a comment which always bugged me and still does. But he was like, well, it should be called Soul of an Otter Harper. I'm like, are you kind of dumb? I mean, the idea, you, Lisa or Carol, you could have the soul of a harper, whether you play an auto harp or a harp at all. What is the soul of a harper? So I'm like, the guy missed the point. Now that I don't remember any more of the review. I was like, but it was one of those things that I was like, what are you dumb? I mean, yes, maybe it throws you off if you're for marketing purposes, but nevertheless, it was one of those things that struck me. I was like, yeah. But I love the album. It's still like, as I look back at my early albums, and Soul of a Harper is still probably my favorite for up until, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, for many years. Things like What Color Is Your Dragon, I enjoyed. It was a fun little project, but it was sort of a hodgepodge of things thrown together. Irish Drinking Songs from Cat Lovers, of course, was a fantastic album. I'm very proud of that. But the Irish Drinking Songs of the Cat Lovers Companion, not my favorite. It didn't. I don't know. It lacked something when I look back on it now. Happy Songs of Death, I highly enjoy, but I feel like it still paled in comparison to Soul of a Harper, and maybe all the way up to Don't Go Drinking with Hobbits as well one time. No, when I don't know, somewhere around there. Much later though, Kilted for Her Pleasure, I felt like that's like the start of my contemporary music career, I guess, which is interesting to think about. How about a song from there? This is a song that I learned from Ewan MacColl and Peggy Seeger, I think they sang it together. They had Ewan MacColl and Peggy Seeger collected a lot of folk songs back in the 60s and 70s and maybe even 50s. And Peggy Seeger, of course, was I think the sister of or daughter of drawing a blank on his name, but one of the most famous Seegers. What is his name? Phil Bob. Can't remember. Whatever. But he related to the most famous Seegers out there, and she got married to Ewan MacColl, and they collected songs together. He, of course, was from Northern England. She was an American, and but this song, they had a really quite a different take on it, but it was still a fun song. And when I heard it, I was like, I gotta play this, and I thought it worked great for Ren Fairs. Yeah, go to my YouTube page. It's the latest video I posted. I have not posted many videos of recent. I'm trying to find how and why I should do things. I've been working on that, just trying to figure out when I should publish. I'm finding myself overwhelmed with all the things. I've been posting a lot of stuff on a bunch of newsletters recently, and because I have some projects that I'm promoting, I've been posting a lot on social media, on scheduling things out on social media, which has been great, but it takes up a lot of time. Everything. It's constantly taking up time. So I needed a way to figure out when I can do stuff like podcasting. How often should I podcast? The Celtic podcast, it's got a routine, but everything else, I don't know. This is The Maid Went to the Mill. The maid went to the mill last night, hey, hey, so wanton. The maid went to the mill last night, hey, so wantonly. She swore beneath the stars so bright that she should have a corn ground, she should have a corn ground. The miller grinds so free. Then out came the miller's man, hey, hey, so wanton. Out came the miller's man, hey, so wantonly. He swore he'd do the best he can for to have a corn ground, for to have a corn ground. The miller grinds so free. He bade her rest upon a sack, hey, hey, so wanton. He bade her rest upon a sack, hey, so wantonly. Her maidenhead went with a crack. Oh, she got a corn ground, oh, she got a corn ground. The miller grinds so free. It's easy up and easy down, hey, hey, so wanton. Easy up and easy down, hey, so wantonly. She scarce could tell her corn ground, but oh, she got a corn ground. Oh, she got a corn ground. The miller grinds so free. 9 months were past and gone, hey, hey, so wanton. 9 months were past and gone, hey, so wantonly. This fair young maid brought forth a son, because she got a corn ground, because she got a corn ground. The miller grinds so free. The father bade her keep it in, hey, hey, so wanton. The father bade her keep it in, hey, so wantonly. Cause the miller's man was a wealthy man, and oh, he got a corn ground, oh, he got a corn ground. The miller grinds so free. Oh, he got a corn ground, the miller grinds so free. Oh, yes. Things like Going for Brogue. I was just thinking about that. Going for Brogue is another one that, you know, it was just compilation. So it was really Kilted for a Pleasure. I feel like then things really started moving in a direction. Wild Mountain Thyme is a song that's took in many forms, and who would have thought that it would still be a favorite of mine? Now I don't enjoy. I don't even know how to play the version that I learned with the Brobdingnagian Bards. We had a very different version since Andrew was playing the recorder, and I don't know. A really funny story with the recorder is that one day I was in Scotland in 2010, I think it was, and we were in the Highlands, and I'm walking into a shop, and I hear Andrew playing his recorder, because I had given someone permission at some point to use our music to promote something. I don't remember what it was, and it just came back to me when I heard Andrew's recorder, and I went and saw this jewelry, gorgeous jewelry, by the way, heather gems, I think they're called, and it was and lo and behold, it was just the intro part of Andrew's recorder, so I wasn't on there at all, but it was beautiful to hear. It was neat. Thank you so much, Lisa. Speaking of which, what's next? Oh, maybe not next week. I'm brainstorming this idea. So I like doing the video concerts, and it's fun. But the one thing you always miss when you're doing a concert is that like this is the interactivity, and I get a little bit, because I can read your comments. But and I was telling Carol about this at Multiverse, is what I would like to do. Libsyn Connect has this feature which allows you to connect with musician. It allows you to I'll get this. This is where I do my interviews. It basically records server side, so wherever you are, it sort of records you. But basically, it creates a chat, an audio chat. So a live feature. I think, it occurs to me, I think maybe Facebook might have something similar that I could do. But the idea is to have a little bit more interactivity. And I should look at Facebook, that feature, if that's still available. Because the reason I bring it up is because it would be nice to have that interactive feature where I could you could basically unmute and clap and whatnot. The biggest problem, of course, is much like Zoom and other things, you have to be let in. And this, of course, is all audio. So on the downside, it's just audio. But on the upside, it's you know, you don't have to worry about, you know, how you look any more than you do here, or what you're, you know, how you're feeling or whatnot. I would be audio only too, but I'm considering doing that in the weeks to come. So stay tuned for that. The only problem, of course, is that you will have to log on early in order to. I might have to. I don't know. I got things to work out for how to do this, because I think I have to have your email address too. So it might be like an invite only thing, and then others will maybe get the audio replay, which will be fun. Wild Mountain Thyme, though, song by Francis McPeak out of Northern Ireland. For years, though, um, I thought it was just a cover song. Then I learned it was written by Francis McPeak, but when you look at the lyrics to Braes of Our Weather, an old Scottish song, you realize that it's pretty much that song, but with a much better melody. Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to poor wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower by yon clear and crystal fountain, and all around the bower a pile of flowers from the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to poor wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will roam the country o'er, through that dark land so dreary, and all the spoils I find I'll bring to my darling dearie. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to poor wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming. The wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to a wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go? All right, I'm gonna do one final song. Thank y'all for watching. Next week is my Kickstarter for Dancing with Hobbits. I hope you like instrumental music. I always know that you know, most of the people who follow my music are interested in vocals, and so instrumental albums of mine are a vanity project, to be sure. This one, though, is something started. It turns out it started back in 2011, I think. I was finding a blog where we first mentioned when I was with Sam Galogli, and we were someone had said, "Hey, Dancing with Hobbits." I was like, "Ooh, I like that title," and it stuck with me. So it is definitely a vanity project, and it'll start launch next Monday, which is awkward because I know also because I just had finishing up a big sale right now on on Bandcamp, which is 50% off. Find that link over on Patreon. But everything is 50% off, so I appreciate it. I had a lot of people take me up on that for a change, which has been nice. So thank you so much for listening. And I'm going to do... What am I in the mood for? I'll stick with the song that I had originally planned. Originally, I was going to do this with the loop pedal because it was really cool. Farewell to Nova Scotia, but been a while since I've played the song, so I need to practice it a little bit. So, the sun, maybe. The sun was setting in the west. The birds were singing on every tree. All nations seemed inclined for rest, but still there was no rest for me. Farewell to Nova Scotia, your sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and drear I be. For when I'm far away across the briny ocean tossed, will you ever heave a sigh and a wish for me? I grieve to leave my native land. I grieve to leave my comrades all, and my parents whom I love so dear, and the bonny, bonny lassie that I do adore. Farewell to Nova Scotia, your sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and drear I be. For when I'm far away across the briny ocean tossed, will you ever heave a sigh and a wish for me? I have 3 brothers, they are at rest. Their arms are folded across their chest. But a poor simple sailor just like me must be tossed and turned on the deep dark sea. Farewell to Nova Scotia, your sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and drear I be. For when I am far away across the briny ocean tossed, will you ever heave a sigh and a wish for me? The drums they do beat, the war's to alarm. The captain calls, I must obey. So farewell, fare thee well to Nova Scotia's charms, for it's early in the morning and I'm far, far away. Farewell, Nova Scotia, your sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and drear I be. For when I'm far away across the briny ocean tossed, will you ever heave a sigh and a wish for me? Farewell to Nova Scotia, your sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and drear I be. For when I'm far away across the briny ocean tossed, will you ever heave a sigh and a wish for me? Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had fun. And I will be back next week, which is going to be interesting because I might, hopefully next week should be good. But I have my brother and nephew and his wife and his son, who I finally get to meet. That's all happening next week. So I'm looking forward to seeing them. But that means, it's going to be, I have to work in stuff. I haven't thought about what we're doing. If you have any thoughts, let me know. All right. Y'all take care. Sláinte.